The thing that makes Donald Trump unique, successful, and maybe that you should replicate is his ability to work with people who at one point hated him. All Donald Trump cares about is alignment in a precise and exact moment. This is Mark Cuban, who was a huge Trump hater for the longest time, shaking his hand because they are aligned over making pharmaceuticals cheaper for Americans. You can find multiple articles about Mark Cuban going hard trashing Trump. It's not hard to find, they're everywhere. Trump understands game. And the game is that when you're at odds with someone, you want to completely destroy them, but there are pieces of alignment in every which way with certain topics and ideals. Was Trump going to appoint him to be a cabinet secretary? Of course not. He's not going to necessarily trust Mark Cuban, but he understands that Mark Cuban and him are aligned with cheaper pharmaceuticals. Because Trump cares about being efficient and effective. Which you could probably practice because there's people in your life who you probably can't stand, except they're really good at one thing that you might need them for. The hardest part about running a business is relationships, and Trump has got that nailed down.
You know, the left for years has constantly been talking about how we need cheaper drug prices, cheaper healthcare, but they don't actually mean or want that if it involves Trump. So Mark Cuban showed up at the White House yesterday to partner with Trump RX to put his cheap drugs onto the Trump RX website. Cheap healthcare has been very important to Mark Cuban. And this was a man that endorsed Kamala Harris for president. He was willing to reach across the aisle to partner with Trump to make things easier for Americans. And instead of the left being happy that more cheaper drugs will be readily available and easier to access, they are bashing Mark Cuban for even talking to Trump. I guess Mark Cuban had to bow down to the felon and rapist eventually. You're at the fascist-occupied White House. So embarrassing for Mark Cuban. Don't you guys want cheaper medicine, cheaper pills, cheaper healthcare? Mark Cuban responded to all the backlash perfectly, but unfortunately deleted this post. He said, if anyone thinks I'm going to put politics ahead of helping Americans reduce...
Cuban went from,
we need Kamala Harris to be the next president of the United States of America.
To this.
I think other than you, I've been the biggest proponent of TrumpRx.com.
It is now clear to me that if Trump discovers something that can treat cancer, these people will oppose it. Yeah. I don't understand. Anything Trump put his hand, if it's a good thing, these people will criticize it. They are now calling out Mark Cuban everywhere on social media simply because he partnered to work with Trump on this. I don't know. This is to benefit everybody, but it seems like, I watched Cackling the View. The kind of things this must spew out about this issue was something I wasn't expecting. It gets crazy. Before we go into the full analysis, take a look at this video.
RX.gov. Mark.
Thank you for having me, Mr. President. I think other than you, I've been the biggest proponent of TrumpRx.com.
Before I continue, Mark Cuban replied to this video that has been posted everywhere saying, Aaron, who posted this video originally, come on, why did you cut off even the next lines where I say Republicans want cheaper drugs, independents want cheaper drugs, Democrats want cheaper drugs? Mark, I'm not even going to bring up the fact that when reporters asked you today if you regret your vote for Kamala Harris, you said you're not there to discuss your politics.
Do you regret supporting former Vice President?
I'm not going into my politics at all.
Have you always been...
Mr. President, I think other than you, I've been the biggest proponent of TrumpRx.com. And the reason for that is Republicans want cheaper drugs, independents want cheaper drugs, Democrats want cheaper drugs, and together, I think we're going to do something special. What makes Cost Plus Drugs different is that when you click through TrumpRx to our site, not only will you see a great price, but you'll see our actual cost and that we only mark it up 15%. And what makes this incredible, Mr. President, all the volume and all the people that are going to come from the site, as our volumes go up, our costs go down, which means we'll be ending up charging less to people over a period of time. So this is a special announcement. This is a special partnership. 559 of those drugs are ours, so we're really excited to be part of this. Thank you so much for having me.
President Trump is a true businessman because he is the very definition of business is business and personal is personal.
It is very disappointing sometimes when I see people, criticizing good things like this. This will benefit everybody. At some point, the kind of meltdown they are putting out, if you watch some of the videos, you will not get any sense out of it. If you take a look at this, The View star Joy Behar crashes out over Mark Cuban's involvement in Trump's RX designed to lower costs for life-saving prescriptions. She hews at her co-stars for supporting lowering prescription costs to a fraction of what they used to. She need TDS prescription star, right? That's very important. I understand that it has always been like that, but sometimes pretend, like this is good. Accept it.
President Trump is a true businessman because he is the very definition of business is business and personal is personal. I mean, just to see some of the people that he has agreed to meet and work with, people that have expressed vehement hatred for this man and have spake unfavorably of him on multiple occasions, he will still work with. Okay, when it comes down to something that's for the greater good of society, like Mark Cuban, the former owner of the Dallas Mavericks NBA basketball team, who still owns a small stake in the team, but over the years, he's come out and have bashed Trump on multiple occasions. And now he's teaming up with President Trump's RX program to lower the cost of prescription drugs.
Okay.
First of all, you lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. All right, that's number one. And I like Mark Cuban. I've always liked him, but this is a mistake. And once Trump puts his name on prescriptions, we're all going to die. Okay?
Yeah.
He put his name on the Trump shuttle, the Trump vodka, the Trump University, the Trump hotel,
Trump steaks,
and my
too.
favorite, the casinos that all went bankrupt.
Yeah.
The drugs
Do not go there,
The drugs
Mark.
don't actually have his name. They're existing drugs.
Whatever.
It's a
If he's
marketplace for them.
involved with it.
No, I literally a
What is
medication that I had to take for IVF is a tenth of the price on Trump RX. Whatever, it's tacky that his name is on it. Mark Cuban has dedicated his life to bringing down prescription drug costs. The average family, 1/3 of Americans cut back on essential foods and utilities to be able to cover their prescription drug costs. You're not going to convince me that just because Trump's involved, we should be like, screw it, don't bring down prescription drug costs.
If he's going to make a profit out of it, don't take it.
I completely agree with that.
Americans
I agree with you, Joy, on this one.
No.
He is a failed businessman, and if you heard what he said, we both want to make people wealthy. He didn't say
so
healthy.
I should pay 10 times more for
He said
my
wealthy, which
medication.
means to me that there's something in it for him. This is not a well-intentioned person.
These people have just made it a thing, like they have to oppose anything Trump is doing. I don't know. It will not make you less a Democrat if you accept certain things, like this is a good idea, I appreciate it, then you continue to criticize him the way you want. It get crazy to me to see people opposite every single thing he is doing. They are now attacking Mark Cuban after this. I don't understand. A Democrat are fond of this. Immediately you work with somebody they disagree with, they turn you into something else. You saw the effort this guy put in to Kamala campaign. Going everywhere campaigning, saying a lot of things, going after Trump, but still Trump is able to stand with him on the podium, implying that Trump doesn't care what happened during the campaign. Now, they are into the work. If this can benefit people, what is the issue?
In Dallas, we're working really close with Trump RX, which I love. We're going to be integrating our list of medications there. We're looking to bring manufacturing from overseas for generics to Dallas. And so there's so many things we're doing.
Thank you guys for always been sharing out the videos. As of the short clips at the end, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip. Please keep the videos and share out.
But now with other Hollywood celebrities to try to take Spencer down.
Oh, hi, if you're seeing this video, this is a reminder that a straight white male, former reality star that has no previous experience in government should not be a legitimate political candidate. Have we learned anything yet? The bar is on floor, people.
In 2010. It's just a fun one. You can look it up. There's articles. It wasn't like a big party. There was like 7 people there.
And I have seen this city just fall apart, over the last, 8, 9 years. And
I love that Chelsea Handler was encouraging her fans not to vote for Pratt.
And here, God bless you abundantly. As of the social clips at the end, that it's provided, you can always skip.
Companies, they don't have to pay for people to rebuild their homes. And
By baseball. Guys, Nithya Rahman is conspiring with Karen Bass.
I just wanted to share how happy I am to be out.
The city councilwoman is going to be her.
These cases with
Can't keep streetlights
here. He's elitist in California. Now you realize people everywhere in America make fun of people.
And so this is my life.
You're talking about qualifications, right? I have with someone qualified for
power.
Yeah, there's been
Rules in the middle of the game and give himself.
trust me. They need to go to New York.
Present the black community.
It's illegal. Spencer Pratt, who's running for mayor of Los Angeles,
able to laugh at him.
It'll be fun.
More access.
Gerrymandered the state, and Trump started it.
The win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
Until the first lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
An actor.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.
Also, I have to say,
We don't even have the trust of our own people.